We're good? All right, guys. Welcome back to Alicia's studio. I was going to say 20th guest, but like, I don't.
Technically,
Right?
yeah.
Because you're back.
Yeah.
So we'll start 20th guest, guys. Woo! Bro, why are you quiet? That was just awkward.
Yeah, 20th guest. Let's go. Woo!
All right, let's redo that. Okay, guys. All right.
Wait, no, I want like this so that you can put like a voice of like a fake cheering thing.
Oh, yeah, editor Erica.
Sorry, editor.
Woo! She hates me for sure. Okay, all right, guys. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to dive into the first question. Okay, how are you doing today, and how has life been since you started making music?
Doing good. Still getting used to LA driving. So that's the only like iffy part about today, but I'm super excited to be here and do this interview. And life has been good, man. Just been trying to have fun with this music stuff and experience as much as I can, tell more stories. Yeah.
Awesome.
How about you? How's life been?
Life has been cool, guys. I'm almost done with school. I'm out in May. I graduate, and then I think I'm going back to school because that's what my parents want. So,
Masters?
yeah. Actually, I was thinking PhD. It's 8 years, and you could get your master's along the way.
Fire.
But then I was like, if I do that, I won't have time for this. So it's like, I don't know if I want to do that sacrifice or not. I don't think I'm ready yet.
You can pace it.
Dude, fuck. No, I don't think I have like the ability to do that. Like right now, juggling this and school, crazy.
Yeah, true.
The amount of school I've missed.
You'll know what you'll want to do.
I'll end
after
up
you graduate.
figuring out for sure. I think I got that. I think we got that.
Maybe a year off and then you go.
That's what I was thinking, but then my parents are super like, if I take a break, they think I won't go back.
Oh.
So like, yeah.
Also makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll work out.
It will. Yeah. Nice. All right. And then it's been about 8 months since you began this journey. Can you talk about how much you've grown both as an artist and as a person during this time?
I think as a person, growing as a person is growing as an artist, I think.
Okay.
I think I know a lot more what I want for myself from this process already, and what I want to be able to provide for other people, I think. And that's what's pushing me to be a better artist. Yeah, no, I think I'm just trying to surround myself with the right people, do the right thing as many times a day as I can, and pray that I'll have some cool stories to tell along the lines that go into music. But yeah, I think as a person, I'm growing in that way and learning more of what I want for myself and what I want for my future and what I want to offer other people. And then as an artist, same thing. Just staying true to what I really want, and having good intentions while I pursue it. But yeah, that's about it.
Awesome. I feel like your growth is so visible though, like as an artist, because I feel like you went more into like saying it's so you don't separate the both, like the two. Like, is it kind of the same thing to you, or it's more like?
I think it's the same thing to me because I'm not playing a character. I think in a different genre, some people have to play some role, to sell their music. But I think for me, it's like, I'm not gonna say I'm lazy, but I'm stubborn. So like if I was told to do something, most likely I'm not gonna do it unless I want to.
Okay.
Like, sorry, Larissa, and like to my media team and them, but they know if I'm going to do something I don't want to do, they're gonna have to tell me probably like 10 times. So yeah, in those regards, it's just I combine the two because it's easier to be authentic for me to pursue this than it would be to just have to be a little bit artificial. But yeah, I don't know if that makes sense.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel like in 8 months, I feel like you've done a lot. Because the last time you were here, not here, guys, different place.
studio.
But he was in my studio, so
First ever interview.
yeah, dude, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, but no, yeah, I feel like the growth was crazy because like during that time, you were just like you had just released Air It Out.
Yeah.
And you were like, you did the Wish Bus, and then you're just doing like a whole bunch of things and like preparing. Well, you had this done already, your album.
Yeah.
Like your ideas, you were just telling me. But I feel like you've been like rapidly, you were just doing it. You're killing it.
Yeah. I think at that time I was really overwhelmed.
Really?
Like I think because I was just like, yo, what the heck? Like somebody's interviewing me right now. I just did the Wish Bus. Technically that song was doing pretty good. I think it's because my friend was promoting it. He's a bigger artist than I am, so it's just like that helped me out a lot. But that wasn't even specifically the genre that I make. That was more of like a fun song, which is okay to have fun because I'm gonna for sure do other songs that I think are fun. But I think now it's more of like having the time to not just do it to do it. I can kind of like, oh, I want to make a project, another project.
Okay, okay.
But yeah, it's been
Cool.
fun,
Awesome.
exciting.
Okay, and then your album release is literally what, a week and a half away?
Yep.
How are you feeling right now? Excitement, nerves, mix of both?
I'm
Like,
excited, man.
what's going on in your head?
Want to get it out. I want to. Ideally, I was like telling my friends I want to put that out, and then like a week later, put out more music. Um, I'm not gonna do that just because like I think I need to let the album do its thing for a little
Yeah,
bit.
marinate a little bit.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think when you make projects, you're typically making them based off of how you feel at the time.
Okay.
And I made that back in June. And it's been done since June, and I've just been waiting to put it out. So I think now I'm just like in a totally different mindset and chapter and around different people, and it's like I want to tell another story now. So I'm excited to get this one out. I'm excited to kind of let this part of me not go, but share this part of me and kind of grow and move on from it, so that I can share more things I've learned recently.
Okay, I wanted
Yeah.
to ask, like, March 18th, why that day? Is it like just something you had already in
That's my
mind?
birthday.
Bruh!
Yeah.
Oh, wait, now I sound like, oh, hey guys, I didn't know. My bad. Is it like just something you had already in
That's my
mind?
birthday.
Bruh!
Yeah.
Oh, wait, now I sound like, oh, hey guys, I didn't know. My bad.
Yeah.
Wait, oh.
So
Oh.
if I'm being honest, I typically hate birthdays.
Me
Um,
too.
I'm not a fan of birthdays. I don't like being center of attention in that way. Like I like being on stage and performing. That's a different type of thing because you're kind of doing it for the audience. But I think I don't like the concept of like, oh, everyone's saying happy birthday. It just makes me feel uncomfortable in a way.
Real.
I love it, I love it, but it also makes me feel uncomfortable.
Okay.
So I always had like this weird feeling about birthdays, and I was like, if I want to enjoy birthdays, maybe if I make my album release or my project release that day, it'll mean something else.
Oh, cool.
So that's why I was
Okay.
like, maybe I'll celebrate dropping my project instead of my birthday that day.
Okay.
Or both.
That's nice.
at the same
Okay,
time.
that makes sense.
But yeah.
Because I was like, why the 18th? Like, that's such a specific date. So now I know. Now we know. Awesome. Okay. And then over the last several months, how has your view of your own art evolved? And are there things you appreciate about your work now that you didn't before?
That's water. Anyways, say that one more time. Sorry guys, I'm chugging out water.
Okay, over the last several months, how has your view of your own art evolved? And are there things you appreciate about your work now that you didn't before?
I think now everything's gotten actually easier. Like to make music a lot easier. There's a song that I made and I put out that I mean I loved making it. It was fun, but I didn't like how easy it was. If that makes any sense.
Okay.
The song is called Daddy's Girl. And basically me and my buddy made that in like 20 minutes, just messing around. And yeah, it was super fun. Like I love the experience. I love that people love the song. But I didn't like the feeling of like how easy it is to just say stuff and it to mean so much to people. But it means not the same to me. I don't know if that makes sense.
It does.
Like I wish I put more into the song knowing that people would like it.
Okay.
So that is something I've learned. And what was the second half of that question?
I got you. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Are there things you appreciate about your work now that you didn't before?
Oh, I definitely appreciate it being homemade.
Okay.
I think what I tried in between making that first project and now, I tried a couple songs where I was like, okay, now let's do studio stuff. Let me just write to a track, or let's not have such a grand plan, or like record it live. Like, it was more of like one thing at a time. But now, after listening to my project and hearing it come out, I think I refined my idea of how I want to make more music in the future.
Okay.
So I tried the other thing, wasn't really for me. And now I know that like I really just want to do like live recording stuff. So the second project is everything's like live again. I was going to try to do it the other way, but I was like, nah, like it doesn't sound it doesn't have the emotion in it that I like
Okay.
that I hear in a lot of other artists I like. So like yeah, like a song I teased the other day was straight up like me and my friend in a room, left the house mic on, had his guitar into an amp, and we just recorded from there. And I think that is something I learned to appreciate, like the rawness in music, and I think making it from the resources you actually have. And I think I appreciated listening to the project because I know that we all made that in a room.
Okay.
And we made it in 3 days in a room, very organic, and everything about it is real. The stories are real. The equipment is like, I tell people all the time, like since I made that first project, I tell people you can do it with bare minimum because we did it with bare minimum. And it might not be perfect, but it's something I can be like, well, what else were we gonna do? You know, like we didn't have any other options. So, yeah, I think I can appreciate the process of learning that you can make it. You just have to start somewhere at the beginning, and there's nothing wrong with starting at the beginning. But yeah, that's something I learned to appreciate
Okay.
about music so far.
You mentioned the song that you had like posted on your story. Was that the Crooked Smile
Yeah.
one? Dude, that one
Yeah.
sounded so good. Is that gonna be on the second album, or is like that's just like songs? Hold on. Before you release that second project, are you gonna release like singles still, like, or you're just gonna wait? You're gonna let this first one marinate and then. Oh. Fuck! I forgot what I was gonna say. Guys.
You're saying singles? Was I gonna drop singles?
Yeah. So okay, your first project comes out on the 18th. After that, like, what's the plan with like releases? I guess trying to say.
Honestly, every time I go to my friend's house to like make music, we make a song or two a day. So I think I'm too new to be picky with like the process. I think a lot of people are like, I have to roll it out perfectly. But I
Okay.
think for me, it's kind of just like, if I make a song I like that day, and within that week we can mix and master it, I'm most likely just gonna post it. So there might be days where like weeks I post 2 songs, and then a month where I post nothing. Out of nowhere, I might just post the whole project. I don't have anything planned yet, other than like I have songs sitting and waiting, and I can technically roll it out the same, like 1 song a month. But yeah, there's nothing planned yet. I'm just really antsy right now. I just want to keep putting stuff out.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think that's the only way that I kind of get to interact with the people that support my music. I'm not very social media driven. Like all my posts are typically the ones that I'm happy with are the stupid ones, or the ones that are not half-assed but very much like made by me. But when it comes to like, I don't know, I just see people keep up with media and the algorithm, and I aspire to be like them one day. But right now, I know I'm not. So it's kind of just whatever happens in the moment. Like if I like the song, I'll upload it, and yeah, that's it. Like it'll be out the next day. So no step-by-step plan yet. By August, but then Thanksgiving, Christmas, all this stuff comes up, and it's like don't drop music during the holidays because most likely people aren't gonna listen to it. It's Christmas time. Like I'm gonna listen to Christmas music.
Wait, really?
Yeah, like that's just what I thought.
Oh.
Like give it its time. And I also thought the storyline behind the project was a little bit too complex for me to just come out of nowhere and be like, yeah, this is a whole project. But now I'm kind of like, after this project's out, people know I write music and write and all that stuff. I'm not like out of nowhere. Yeah.
And then you put a lot of time and effort into this project. Has there been a specific moment during these 8 months that really stands out as a turning point for you?
Let me think. I don't know. I think every single victory has been a turning point for me recently. I never thought it would get anywhere other than music in my room. Like when I wrote some of the songs, they were just in my bedroom. And even then, I was like, I would write them and I was like, shit, who's ever gonna hear this? And then now it's like some of the songs like Stevie Wonder and Convenience and all that. Like Convenience is one I wrote in my room, and I was like, oh, no one's ever gonna hear it. And then now like there's some people that hear it and they're like, dude, that's like my favorite song, which is insane.
That's
I'm
literally
like,
my favorite song.
it's like you're
I
gonna hear that
love
one
it.
live on the
Bro,
16th.
okay,
On the 16th.
guys.
Oh, I don't know if it's on the 16th.
It's not, but like once we'll put some clips in. Guys, that's my favorite song. He performed at one of my events, right? I wanted to hear that live so bad. Like, I remember telling you, I was like, why was this not on the set list? Like,
sorry, yeah.
But oh my god, I'm excited.
But yeah, I think every turning point, like every victory has been a turning point for me because every month, every week, it kind of like is a shocking moment where it's like, wow, people actually not listen, but relate to how I feel, which makes me more appreciative for my experiences because I don't feel as isolated anymore.
Okay.
I think the biggest thing was when Stevie Wonder got playlisted, though. Because I was at Flogna asking my manager, like, yo, how do we get playlisted independently? Because we're not signed or anything. And then she was telling me, like, oh, maybe we'll get a distribution deal and they'll help you out. And then I checked my email and then got playlisted in 2 playlists. And I think that's when I was like, holy, like, industry people that are picky, like my abstract ideas, which I thought was entertaining. Because I was like, I can be as wild and strange in my mind, like writing-wise and song-wise, and people might actually like it now. Because I thought people would just be like, what the, like, who does this kid think he is to make this type of music? Like, he needs to start off by doing some love songs and light stuff first, but I don't know, it's working out. So yeah,
But I
every
feel
victory.
like it's good that you didn't put yourself in that bubble, like how everyone else is kind of like starting off, like thinking that they have to follow like the trend of music.
Yeah.
It's good that you're doing your own thing.
Thank you. No, it definitely is difficult just because like I was watching another podcast yesterday, right? And then a really smart artist that's popping out right now is like Malcolm Todd. And he said the way he did it was he was able to separate the two, where it's like he knows that he can make good music, but he also knows that it gets easier if you figure out the algorithm and you just like, you make a small compromise and you combine the two, where you not sell out, but you allow yourself to not make it so personal when you do things you might not exactly think are the coolest.
Okay.
And it worked perfectly for him. In which I wish I was able to do that, or I wish I was good at studying the algorithm so I can make it easier for myself to like get my music out there overnight. But personally, like I said, I hate media. I'm just like, I was never like a tech guy either. So like my parents didn't really let me have like social media growing up. So I don't keep up with the trends or celebrities and all that stuff. So I think the only hard part about that is it takes longer for people to find my music. But when they do, it's like, it's cool because they're like, oh, it's underground. I'm like, it's not underground, man. Like I just can't do media. But yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Wait, I wanted to ask a question. For the like playlisting on Spotify, you said someone picks that, so like I thought it was just automatically like Spotify just like finds like someone's best pick or something and puts it on. So it's like,
So Spotify has people that go through all their submissions a day. I think there's like 120,000
shit.
songs uploaded a day on Spotify, which is like when I found that out and like how small the chance is to get playlisted was. That's when I was like, what the like. How the hell did we get it? Because we're not
It's insane.
like with a label or distribution company or anything. So I was like, well, somebody must have just heard it somehow, or I don't know. Somebody's looking out. So I'm just gonna keep hoping that it keeps going that way, I guess. Yeah.
oh shit! Oh, I didn't know that. That's why I'm asking, because like I thought honestly they just kind of like pick out like from someone's like best thing or.
Yeah, I think they go
That's
through.
insane.
Yeah, everybody. Well, not everyone's submissions, but like they go through a lot of submissions, and then like it's kind of one song could set the tone. I think the cool part is like Stevie Wonder got playlisted, and then they playlist everything we put out now. Like I don't have a single song that wasn't playlisted after Stevie Wonder, which is I was like, what the.
Period. Though I know I've been seeing that. That's
That
so
Christmas
cool.
song that I made
Dude,
got playlisted.
bro, I think it's because like you said you made that song for fun, but dude, that song was so good.
Thank you.
And it's so catchy. Like
Yeah, that's the one I should have probably put on TikTok. I think
I feel like that one probably would have like
Yeah.
went viral for sure.
maybe this year. I'll get
No,
over
yeah,
the tech
guys,
thing.
you guys should listen to Broke Man.
Yeah.
It's out. It's out. Listen to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was when you said I was like, oh, you're like I made it as a joke. What the fuck,
Yeah,
bro? That was crazy. I was like, what? Like what?
Yeah, we were messing around. Shout out to my guy Jacob Jr. we we go to his house and we just jam and mess around, leave the room mics on, and I don't know. At the end of every time we have a session, it's always like, oh, we have a song, cool.
Oh shit, that's so. How many
Yeah.
songs like would you say you write a day? But I know you don't write. Like you said, you don't actually like write them down. So it's
Yeah.
just like all.
I write
up here.
concepts. So like
Oh,
last night technically I came up with like 2 songs in my notes, 2 or 3.
Shit. Okay.
Let me see. Yeah, no. Yeah, I think it's easier if you don't go in with all the lyrics written, because I think for me it's more authentic if I just have the concept, lay down the track and the chords and everything, and then from there I'm just like, okay, I'll say what I think should be put there.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, there's like 3 songs last night. So yeah, guys, if you're trying to learn how to write, it's not something you just have. It's like repetition too. It's like any muscle. Just simplify it. Just write about things you want to write about, and it gets easier. Don't force yourself to write complicated songs if you're not there yet. But yeah.
Period. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then what was the overall vision or message you wanted to convey with this album? Was it something that came to you immediately, or did it take time to crystallize?
I knew immediately what I wanted the grand idea of this project to be. 7 minutes. I don't know if this is the part of the interview. I said it last time, but 7 minutes is basically like the phenomenon that they say when you die, the last 7 minutes of your life, all your greatest memories replay. So for me, when I wrote this 7-minute project, I wanted to try to encapture all of those experiences within the 8 songs on the project. And the last one is, the only reason there's 8 songs and not 7 is because the last song I wanted to make was one song, 7 minutes long, that encaptured all of it at once. So song 1 through 7 are all like one by one my storyline of like, okay, like first love, first heartbreak, your friends moving on, getting married, like all these different things, you know, the pivotal moments, the pivotal like heartbreak and love stories that I think you would remember when you're passing away. And then the last song is all of that into one song. And yeah, like even if you listen to what genres and the beats and sounds I used for each of those sections, like you'll realize that everything was intentional. Like everything played a part in the story. But yeah, with the 7-minute project, I just wanted people to become more appreciative of their life experiences and notice that like we all kind of go through similar things at different times. And if you look at life that way, everything becomes not less severe, but less dramatic. And I think you can relate to more people, which makes life more enjoyable. You don't feel alone when most people would feel alone. So at least that's how I look at it. But yeah, I don't know if that answers the question well.
It did.
Okay.
You were good.
Right.
Okay, 7 minutes. What made you go with that as like the title of the project though? Was it just
Yeah, it
because
was
it's
like
the last song, or
the whole concept of the project was like the last 7 minutes of your life, your memories replay. So it's like I was like, fuck it, let's do 7 minutes. At first, I think on my first interview I ever did with you, I told you it was a different name.
you did. You
Yeah.
didn't actually. We cut out the name because we couldn't post it.
Oh, okay.
During the time, I don't remember, but you did. Like I forgot to. It's in the video. So it's not in the video,
I'll
but it's
say
cut.
it.
It's cut.
But basically, so the concept of the album, the last song was always meant to be 7 minutes, and the whole album was based off of the 7-minute idea. But I named it something else just because at the time I thought 7 minutes was kind of a boring name, and I also thought that it would be like, you know, Dominic Fike released a project called 14 Minutes. And I was like, what the like now I can't do it. But I thought about it again, and I was like, well, it's my project. Like, I don't care. Like,
Exactly.
it's the idea of the project. I'm just gonna name it 7 minutes. But before it was called Self-Diagnosed because it was more of like a trauma therapy album for me. And yeah, I don't want to name it that because I was like, what the hell is that?
Self-diagnosed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like 7 minutes is better.
Way better. It's like
Like-
cooler, you know?
Yeah, I think it's also just like easier to just be like, oh yeah, I'm listening to 7 minutes.
Yeah. I feel like it makes more sense with the
Yeah,
project,
because
too.
imagine like, hey, what are you listening to? Self-diagnosed. Like, but no, I mean, it's not a.
You know those videos in New York where they ask people like with the headphones on, like, yo, what are you listening? Like, you know the videos on
Uh-huh.
TikTok. I feel like, yeah, if I was the guy holding the camera and someone said self-diagnosed, I'd just keep walking. So
I'd probably laugh, but I feel like you changed it, so it's okay.
yeah, 7 minutes is where it's at. So
No, yeah, but yeah, I feel like you captured it perfectly. Like the way you think is insane because like from start to finish, I got to hear this in September.
yeah, I think I sent it to you
You
right
sent
away.
it to me, and as soon as I heard it, I was like, "What the fuck?" And then you explained 7 minutes to me, and I was like, "Dude, your way of thinking,
Thank you.
I feel like you articulated every process so like detailed,
Appreciate
and then
it.
also like the ending part when I told you like the way it ends,
Oh yeah.
crazy. Like when you guys hear
Oh, yeah.
it, bro, holy shit."
Yeah. I think anyone that's watching this and listens to it, I hope you guys know that originally it wasn't supposed to be an album. It was supposed to be a soundtrack to a film, too. I think we talked about that the
Yeah,
first time.
we did.
But I had the idea of the film going up north when my management sent me up there to work on a project. And I think once I got there, I was like, holy shit, I don't have all the songs written. I just had ideas and like episodes of the film I wanted to make. So I just turned those episodes into songs. So yeah, no, I think what made it easier was visually I saw each part of the story.
Mm.
So all I had to describe was what I saw in my head on a movie screen.
Okay.
But yeah, I think I should put like clips and stuff where I explain the album out because I feel like people, if they heard the story more, they'd be like, yeah, this kid's on some.
But I feel like
weird
that's
shit.
cool. I feel like you should, but like wait a little. I feel
Yeah.
like let people interpret.
to it first.
Yeah, and then maybe like 3 weeks, 2 weeks later, be like, "Yo, this is what it means."
Yeah,
Because I feel like it's always cool to like
have your own.
see other people's perspectives of
Mhm.
like the song or something. I don't know. Maybe I just think that.
Yeah,
but
no, actually, you're completely right. I think Dominic Fike said something similar, where it's like he likes to hear people's interpretations first,
Yeah,
because some of them are off.
yeah, it could be like a whole. Someone can like hear the saddest fucking song and be like, "Yo, I think it's like about like the happiest day of your
Yeah.
life," and it's like a whole completely different thing. But it's also really cool to see like, oh shit, you think something so completely different,
Mhm.
but it's still cool that you're like listening to my thing and you're able to interpret your own shit.
Yeah, no, that's the really cool part too. Is that
Yeah.
people heal themselves in their own way depending on what they want to hear. So that's what makes it easier to not be mad at people too, like mad or hateful or hold on to things, because you realize people interpret things the wrong way because of their experiences, not because of yours. We all
That's
live like
true.
different lives.
That's true.
So the way you explained it is exactly how I should do it. Yeah, like let people come up with their own stories first and then share mine or share the background a little bit more later. But yeah,
Yeah, I
good
feel
thing
like,
you told me that.
I feel like that would be really cool. I don't know.
Mhm.
Are
No,
you
that-
still gonna drop the film? I know you mentioned like, is that still?
Yeah, so the hard part about the film is I didn't realize how expensive films were. And we're going independent right now.
Yeah.
We wanted to own the project, and I think like I owe that to my friends too that helped me make it.
Okay.
That like we split the project equally.
Oh, cool.
Um,
Okay.
It's not like I think a lot of artists would do like I get 80% and the producers get 20, but it was like no, we split it down the middle. There's three of us, my friends Gabe, Kyle, and I. I don't care if I wrote the lyrics and sang it. They brought a lot of the music to life. So thank you to you guys. But yeah, we split it 3 ways, and I think if I were to make a film, that's like a cut that we have to share with somebody else. And I think, at least for now, I want to let the music live on with just what we made. And later on, after the music out, we no longer have to do like a split thing with other people because we own it.
That's so cool. Okay.
And then that's when I can probably think about like, okay, like let's do the film, because I think the film will be cooler than the music. So yeah.
I feel like that would be cool. I mean, people would be able to see your story
Mhm.
in a clear vision, but it's also really expensive. So
Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh. Yeah,
I
no,
feel
I
like
didn't notice it was that bad.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I only know that stuff because I'll be like looking into things. I want to do so much. Like that's my problem. Like I want to do a film. I want to do a documentary. But then it's like, bro, all this money is going into fucking
Yeah.
too much. But that would be really cool.
Yeah, I mean, number wise, I think I kept scaling down. I was like, okay, well, the actual film will be around like, maybe we'll make 6, 15, 10-minute episodes, right? And I was like, okay, that should be too bad. And then I asked the price of like one video, and for one video alone, like equipment wise, if we went super cheap, probably around like 3K, just for equipment.
Yeah, dude, it's bad. Like like bro, this shit is bad. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna start a series, right? And I have like a whole different like videographer thing. Like it's actually someone filming me for that.
Yeah.
It's
pricey.
it is, but that series is
Yeah.
gonna be so cool, guys. I think.
Yeah, it's like balancing what you have in your pocket at the moment. Right
Yeah.
now, I'm like, I want to make more music, and then if I make more money, I'll put it back into it.
Exactly. I feel like that's such a smart way to think. I feel like that also gives you time to like, well, you'll experience more, so you'll have more to put in the film.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think that would be fine. Okay. And then can you walk us through your creative process when making the album? Are you more of a perfectionist or do you go with the flow when recording?
The whole project was a go with the flow, mainly because we didn't have all the time in the world to make this project. We went up there. We had 4 days total. One of the first day was travel, so I got there super early in the morning, and then the last day I left at like. I got to the airport at 11 p.m. I slept at the airport and left at like 5 a.m. Because my friends lived far from the airport, so I didn't want to make them drive me early in the morning.
Okay.
So I was like, "Dude, just drop me off at 11. I'll sleep there." But I think the first day I was there, I was so fixated on the idea of making everything so perfect and planned that whole day, all the music we made, I hated. So we deleted all of it. We scratched it all. Like, that will never come out. It's gone. Like, it pissed me off listening to it at the end of the trip because I was like, yo, what is this? And it wasn't that it was bad. It was just, it didn't sound right. It didn't sound real. It sounded too polished and too scripted. Not on their end, on my end, because I knew I wasn't saying anything that meant anything. I was just chatting whatever sounded cool. And then the second and third day I was there, we were kind of just like, yo, we have 3 days left on this trip. How are we going to make this real? Like, how are we going to make it happen? And I think we actually, like, we made it happen because we didn't force it. Like, we were going on hikes in the morning. Whenever we were tired, we leave the room, and just go walk up this hill, go watch the sunset. Once we were tired, we were done. We just done. It's like the song's finished. We didn't really go back and circle on any songs. It's like once we got through it, we were done. Moved to the next one. And then also most of the lyrics weren't written out, so like I would have the concept down. I'd have the melody in my head. We'd play it, track it, move on. That's it. It was really go with the flow because we didn't have enough time to be a perfectionist. The only one that took time was 7 minutes. That one was like, we spent that whole last day like listening to music that we liked, that we thought and captured the emotions of what it would feel like in the last 7 minutes of your life. And then we just try to replicate that instrumentally, and then lyrically, same shit. It was just like, mic's on, say what you think fits in the spot. So yeah, it was go with the flow, and I think I like that. Like the go into the studio or go into the jam session, and it's like whatever the music feels like at the time, that's what you write. Because if that's how you feel, most likely other people will feel it in the crowd. That's just how I feel when you perform it. Because if you don't feel it when you're making it, most likely you're not going to feel it when you perform it, unless you're a crazy good performer and you're a good entertainer. I think I'm a better artist when I'm not trying to be a stage man. I'm just being myself.
Oh, okay.
Like being an entertainer is a whole different talent.
Yeah, it is.
So, yeah, it was all go with the flow. Whatever comes out, comes out. And a lot of it was made like organic. All of it was made organically, leaving the mic on, stomping on the floor, slamming the door. All the instruments were played live. Nothing was really like. Nothing was just straight through the computer. All the sounds that were made were like we made it with the guitar first and then filtered it and did all this different stuff. So, yeah, it was all go with the flow. Super cool. Holy shit, that thing scared me. Yeah.
Fuck. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. This album, it's like really personal, right? Like these are your stories.
Yeah.
Oh,
Personal.
okay, yeah. This album's like really personal. When I don't know if you had to like dig through your like memories, like bad, good. How did it feel when writing that? Cause like again, a lot of these songs are pretty.
I think half of the project was very much like healing. I think there was like a couple songs that made me feel a little bit in the mood, like sad.
Mm.
But I think it did its purpose. Like I think the fact that it made me sad making them meant I was meant I was doing exactly what I wanted to as the artist. Like I wanted to portray that in the music. Like part of Stevie Wonder, I'm like not rapping, but I'm more of like talking in the second verse. And there's parts of the verse where I don't even finish the sentences, and that's because when we were recording, I couldn't.
Mm.
So I think, yeah, it was a mixture of emotions. Some of the songs were very healing. Some of the songs were bringing back stuff, but I think putting it out was where all the healing came from. It was like
Okay.
these were all things I couldn't. A lot of the stories that I told in the project were things I wasn't comfortable having conversations with friends and family about. So putting it in a translatable, comfortable version of me coming clean and telling these stories to my friends and family that might listen to it, might not listen to it, but just knowing it's out there for people to hear was definitely like a confidence and healing thing for me, knowing that like, oh, I can be honest in my own way. I don't have to just be talking it. If I can't talk it, then I'll write about it in music and I'll share it that way. So I think it was like a healing, more of a healing thing than anything. Yeah.
That's so cool because I feel like for a lot of people, I don't know, music is honestly really healing. I feel like even though it's your story, like we mentioned earlier, a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's such a nice thing because, like you said, it makes you feel less lonely. But if you also think about it, you're also, I mean, I guess helping someone else kind of voice their emotions, even though it's not them speaking,
Yeah.
but it's through your music. So I think that's really cool.
Thank you. No, yeah, it's fun. It's cool to be able to be an outlet for other people and to find an outlet for myself too. So, yeah.
Awesome. Okay, and then how did you decide which songs would make it onto the album? Was it easy or difficult to narrow things down?
Super easy because it was like these were the songs. It just so happened that within that time we got the first 7 songs down and we had time to make that last 7-minute song. So it was literally like perfect, like time sensitive perfect. Like who knows if that first day I did it the way that I did it the other 2 days, we might have had like 10 songs.
Oh, shit.
But then it wouldn't make sense because it's like it's no longer like the song is 7 minutes is the name of the project, but then there's 10 songs. Like what the, like I think it makes sense to have 7 main songs and then one 7-minute song. Like I think it just fits perfect.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
So yeah, we didn't really cut anything out other than that first day when I was like, yeah, we're not using any of these songs. But other than that, yeah, we're chilling. I was just like, yeah, whatever, we'll throw it in. All the imperfections are intentional.
Sorry, guys, we're on a break from. This
No, I
happens
think-
every interview, to be honest.
Everything we left on. Like there was nothing left out other than that first day. Those songs are never gonna see the light of day. But the other ones, yeah, they're all on.
So there were like different songs, like completely different from the ones you're dropping right now.
Completely different.
Oh, shit.
I don't even think I was making songs for the project at that point. I was just making 2 different, completely like random songs.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, those are long gone. I don't even remember what they sounded like. I just remember listening to them and being like, oh, I hate this. This sucks.
Damn.
But yeah, never again. Yeah.
Okay. And then did you face any creative roadblocks or struggles along the way during the making of the album, and how did you overcome them?
Not during that album. I think everything rolled smoothly. Just because like I kind of went into it knowing that I didn't know too much other than like, yeah, I'm just gonna write about what we feel. I'm no musical genius. I didn't grow up in a musical family. Like, I tried to take lessons when I was little, but my piano teacher wasn't messing with me because I couldn't pay attention. So like that didn't last long. Like I'm pretty sure I learned how to play songs on one hand, and then once we got to 2 hands, the teacher was like, "Yeah, this kid can't pay attention," which she's not wrong. I did mess around a lot, or like we'd take lessons and I'd play songs that we weren't learning, which was I don't know. I was always like that, but yeah, there was no roadblocks. I think that's what shocks me now is like, how did I do that? Like, how did I go to this thing with my friends knowing very little about the technicality and the skill it takes to actually make good music and write songs the way people write songs? How did I do it without knowing any of that stuff? But I think that is a testament to anyone trying to do it, where like if you have an idea and you have emotions you want to share, you really can make it. You just have to be confident and like comfortable sharing that story, and it'll come out in the best way possible if you're being honest with yourself. Yeah, like to anyone on this, like I learned guitar this year, like because of the music stuff. Like I'm like, oh shit, I probably have to play guitar sometime. I I have no musical background really, other than like I loved singing growing up, but that was like in the shower. Um, so yeah, there's no roadblocks, surprisingly. I think when I came back from the project though, and after like 4 or 5 months of kind of just waiting for it to come out, I did hit a little bit of like a roadblock because I was getting distracted and I was getting tired of waiting. So in my mind, I was like, I can't move on from this project and make new stuff if this one's not out yet. And I was like, now I'm just like, what the hell was I talking about? Like, I can make whatever I want. So, yeah. Luckily, no roadblocks for this project. But who knows? I think, like, obviously they do come with the journey. Especially, I think you need to live to be able to tell a story. And if I'm not enjoying life and if I'm only chasing music 24/7, then I'm going to run out of things to talk about. So, yeah. Yeah, this one was smooth. It was chill.
Okay, and then when you went up there to record, did you already have something released, or was that like your first time going up there and like
I had Smoke released.
to smoke?
Yeah, which is funny because Smoke was one of those things where me and my buddy Kyle, that was up north as well, we made in like an hour. Like we did it from scratch. Like we were sitting at his sister's dorm table, coffee table, played some chords, and he was like, "Okay, let's track some vocals." And I was like, "Okay," messing around. And I'm not a fan of that song, if I'm being honest.
We really, dude, that song is really. That's like my third. That's like on my third.
I don't like not that I don't like the
What?
song, but I just know that because we did it so fast and it was like not thought out. In my mind, I'm like, damn, like I should have done a little bit better, or if I knew people were gonna listen to it, I would have taken more time on it.
Oh
Um,
shit.
Not that it's like I've heard. I'm not trying to be mean, but like I've heard songs that are worse than mine. I've heard songs that are better than mine. I know my songs are way worse than a lot of people that I like, so it's like there's honesty in that. But at least like to the standard that I hold myself as like an artist is like I should have put more thought into it. But it's already out, so I guess it's just gonna be out. And yeah, but that was the only song at the time that was out. when the
Oh,
project came
I
out.
thought Smoke was really good though. To be honest,
Thank
I
you.
think that was. If I don't know, I can't. I don't know. I can't tell if I'm allowed to tell people I like their music because I don't want to seem like. How do I put it without?
A Glazer.
Yeah, I don't want to seem like a kiss ass, bro. That's what I'm trying to say. So that's why I never know if I'm allowed to be like, yo, this shit's really good. Because then it's like, I don't want you to think like, oh, shut the fuck up. Like, we don't care. But guys.
No,
I'm
I
just-
appreciate.
I'm just really honest. That's why sometimes like I'll hear something and I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna respond. Or I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm just like, it's good, but like, they don't gotta know.
I think it means something more when you actually know the songs, because it's like there's people that tell me they like in Cerritos. I come from a city that nobody really does art or music.
Okay.
So like I'll run into people and they'll be like, "Yeah, man, I love your music." Whatever. These are people from high school and it's like, "I love your music." And I'm like, "Bro, like thank you." It means a lot when they say it. And then like I'll mess around like, "So what song like did you listen to?" And they don't know. And I'm like, "It's all good, bro." Like
Damn.
I don't mind it, but it's like there's a difference, you know.
Wait, that's kind of funny. No, guys.
Also, like, I appreciate everybody that says stuff to me from my old city, but like, there's no need to tell me you like my stuff if you didn't listen to it. It doesn't make me feel any more important.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I actually mean it though. I actually listen. I have proof, huh? You could. I be jamming that shit in the car.
Thank
My
you.
dad hears it. Like, guys, stream
Thank
it. Anyways, okay. And then, what does it mean for you to finally release this album next in a week and a half?
It means we can keep putting more stuff out. I think it's a whole new chapter of this music stuff that I like. I'm trying to get ready for. Like, I think having this project out will give me opportunities to perform for more people, like open on tours and
That would
all
be
this
cool.
stuff. Like, having a full project out, a cohesive thing, will make it more attractive to other artists and other like agents and managers to have me on their tours, because like, oh, this kid can actually like tell a story. Like, he's something that people will want to invest in. Same thing with like labels and distribution companies. It's like, okay, he can put cohesive projects together by himself with his own resources, which I think is exciting. Because the hardest part for me doing this is like, I don't come from a background where like family can help me out really much. If I fail at this, it's like, if I don't pursue it and I don't make it, then I'm like, oh shit, what am I gonna do? You know, I'm gonna pursue music whether or not I'm broke. But I think having this project out will give me more freedom to know what options are on the table with this career path.
Okay.
Because right now it's kind of just like a limbo thing where it's like I play shows every once in a while. You know, I make music when I can. But for me, it's like it's not self-sustainable yet.
Right.
Which is okay. Like it might not ever be, but I think it allows me to know a little bit more where I should be at in my head. You know, like how I should maybe look at this hobby of mine.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I think that's all. It just gives me a little bit more peace in mind knowing it's out, that I can work on more things. Maybe the direction I'm going is a good direction, and maybe there's things that I definitely need to work on. Like I don't know what people will think of it until it comes out, which is like what I need to learn. Kind of what I said at the beginning about Malcolm Todd knowing there's a balance between both. Like the things you find you're passionate about, and then also making it make sense to how you're going to survive. And I don't think I've really considered that yet. Because that first project I made just thinking like, well, shit, if this is the only opportunity, this is what I'm going to make because I'll be happy with it. But with it coming out now, I can have an open mind on like, okay, well, this next project, maybe I should do this, or maybe I should promote it better, or promote it at all, because I don't think I've promoted the project until like the past week and a half or so. But, you know, you live and you learn. I'm very stubborn, and I will admit that, but I think going into the next project, I'll be a little bit open-minded and kind of just, yeah, be open-minded and try things that I probably wouldn't try before. But yeah, I think this project just needs to be out for me to experience the next chapter of this musical journey.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in your head, do you have like that end goal of like, I don't want to say delusional and be like, oh, I'm going to be like the greatest artist. Not like that, but like, do you have that? Because I know you just mentioned like, yeah, there's like a possibility that this won't work out.
Mm-hmm.
In your mind, do you already have that? Like, I don't want to say like putting yourself down because I feel like everyone thinks that way sometimes because you never know. Like,
Yeah.
it's tough out here, bruh. But I feel like in your head, do you have that like constantly like, oh shit, maybe I won't make it? Or in, how do I put it? Do you have an end goal with this? That's what I'm trying to go
Funny
at.
enough is like I think I've already made it in my head. Of course I want to chase bigger things, but I think from when I had the opportunity to make the music, I was like, I never really had the idea that I was gonna be anything big. Like when I end up, or if I end up ever playing on a huge stage, I'm probably gonna start crying because it's like, what am I doing here? You know, like I didn't grow up knowing or thinking that this was gonna be a thing. I thought I was gonna live a life where like I was kind of just like in the background, and I think for the first time in like I'm 21 right now. It's like in 21 years, it's like people are seeing me as if I'm in a spotlight, a little bit of a spotlight right now, and it's new and it's interesting. But I think I don't have the feeling that I'm failing. Okay, the only reason I'm saying I'm not making right now is because technically I'm broke. So it's like I'm broke and it's hard for me to pursue this and balance it because like, okay, I also need to work another job just so that I can keep making more music.
Oh shit.
Well, I don't have to, but it makes more sense and it's safer for me to do that.
Okay.
Or to like be able to experience more things. So I think the point I know I'm chilling is like when I have some lenience and maybe I don't have to work another job at a coffee shop. Because right now I'm working at a coffee shop 2 in the mornings. And it's like when I don't have to do that anymore to get by, like I don't want to have to choose, am I filling up my gas tank or am I going to go record a song today? I don't like that feeling. It's like, it's nerve-wracking. Like there's plenty of times where I was like, okay, I have $80 right now. My gas tank's probably going to be $100.
Holy shit.
It's the
Bruh.
stupid premium gas. It's so dumb. But it's like, am I going to fill up my tank all the way so that I can make sure I can get to work for this week? Or am I going to fill it halfway so that I can go meet my producers and then maybe go eat with them after? You know, it's like, because I also want to experience those type of things. And it's scary to think, because there have definitely been times where I didn't make the right decision and I was like, yeah, you know what? I got $80. I'm only gonna put $15 on gas so I can get to the studio and back, and then I'm gonna spend $20 on food because I want to talk and eat with them. And somehow it worked out where I'm like, okay, I can get home safely and get to work the next day. But I don't like the feeling of like being on eggshells and having to skip a meal because I wanted to do something with my band.
That's
You
so
know?
true.
But yeah, I don't have some crazy goal yet. I think I made it further than I thought I would already. So everything's been a victory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're doing really well for like really what 8 months. It hasn't even been a year yet.
I know it's
And
pretty
I feel
nice.
like
Pretty
at
cool.
your pay, like where you're going right now, is really good. Cause I've met a lot of people before. They could be like a year, 2 years in, and they're not like. I don't want to say at your level, cause I feel like everyone has their own pace.
Yeah.
Like your time is gonna come, like eventually.
Mhm.
I would hope for everybody who's doing this stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
but like I just feel like where you're at right now is like a really good place.
Yeah,
Good
it's
spot.
going at a very good pace. I think like for me too, I grew up very competitive though. Like I grew up in sports. So
Mm.
like I have friends that are like doing really cool things and in my mind I'm like, yo, what am I doing wrong that isn't letting me do these things yet? And then I have my grounding factors and like some friends and some family and my manager that's like, you do realize that you didn't do music growing up and that you're 8 months in, right? And it's like you also don't have your project out yet. So you're probably not going to get the opportunities yet until you do.
Yeah.
And like sometimes I need them to tell me that because in my head I'm like, I've already made the music. I can perform. I can write for people. Why am I not doing all these things? And then they're like, nobody knows you have the project yet.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's my fault because I don't promo it. It's kind of just like I I am my own harm with this music stuff sometimes, and my stubbornness gets to me. But next project, I'm definitely not gonna try to box myself in that way. I'll be
Yeah.
open-minded and yeah, something I need to work on for sure.
No, that's so real though. I feel like you're doing good though.
Thank
You're definitely gonna. Okay, guys. Was there ever a moment you doubted the album's direction or the choice of certain songs? If so, how did you push through that doubt?
Um, there was doubt on one song on the project. It's gonna come out. It's called Truman. Um, or Truman Show. That's the name of the song. But basically, when I first made it, that's another song. I had like the concept, and I think I had one verse written at home before I went up north. And that project, in my mind, the song was a lot darker and a lot more emotional in my head, and that's how I wanted to go into record it. But when I explained the context to the producers and to I wouldn't even say producers. These are my friends. Like, they produced together because we wanted to make something. I don't think they've ever worked on a song together before I went
Oh
up there,
shit!
which is
Okay.
really cool. Like, thank you to them. But I think I had to tell them the song about the song, played it for them, and then it went a completely different direction when we started. And I had the name. I was solid on the name. Like I wanted that to be the name. I wanted that to be the genre. But then they were like, yeah, but then the story doesn't really make sense that way, because it wouldn't match the brand and the story you want with the real world. Like Truman is a real thing. Truman Show is an existing thing. So I really did not like the direction it was going at first until I looked at everything and how it also aligned with being relatable to the actual show, and to the bigger image that they saw. Because lyrically, everything stayed the same. We kept the writing the same, the concept was the same, but we just changed the cadence and the production and the vibe of the song where it's not as dark as I wanted it to be, but that actually makes it more beautiful because it's like if somebody listens to the lyrics, they'll understand that behind the upbeat instrumental, there's a story that is similar to the show, where like there's like an irony and kind of like a taunting figure that like affects you from like loving somebody else. So I don't know. That was the only challenging song, and I think the only way to get over it was to trust them, just as much as I trusted myself and my ideas. And it is hard to trust people that much when it's like when you put out music. Technically, there's a whole bunch of people that work on different songs. Like you have your producers, you have your instrumentalists, you have your band that plays it live, and then you have the singer and you have writers. for this project, I have no writers. I don't think I'm gonna have writers for a couple projects yet. But I think I was like, well, my face is I'm gonna be the one that people are gonna judge if they don't like the song. They're not gonna be like, yo, fuck the producer because the song's not good. They're gonna be like, yo, he made a trash song. It just so happens that if you're the artist, that's normally how it falls onto you.
Right.
But I really do trust them. Just like I trust my producers, I trust my manager, I trust my band, I trust like a lot of the people that are in my circle. I trust you very much, and I think that's how I got over it. Just knowing that like if I don't have the best judgment, there are other people that will be like, nah, bro, you should try this, or like you shouldn't try that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just worked out that way.
That's true. I think I agree with you, like having your friends surround you.
Mhm.
I feel like for me, all my friends are doing this with me, which is kind of funny. I kind of just drag them along. Like, I didn't even ask. I was just like, hey, like, there's one time, my first interview, she had an appointment, bro, but I was like, please, I need you to come. Her and my sister came. And those of you who don't know, Cynthia, she's like her own character, so she was not feeling it. She just didn't want anything to do with like anything that I was doing.
Yeah.
But now she's like okay with it. Kind of.
She seems more energetic about it. She's funny.
Cynthia is. I love her. She brings the energy to the room.
Yeah.
That's what. But yeah, back to. I'm sorry, guys.
She elevates the vibe.
Yeah,
which is
she
really
does.
Dope.
But no, yeah, I feel like my friends keep me grounded a lot. Like my judgment is really like, how do I put it? I kind of hate everything I do. But
Yeah.
I know like, bro, I can write like the best thing ever. And then I'm like, nah, I fucking hate this shit. So then I'm like, fuck, I can't just scrap something I worked so hard on.
Yeah.
So I'll send it to like everyone on my team. And it's just all my friends. And I'll like have her. And if she says it's bad, I know it's bad.
Yeah.
Like if I can like something, but she's like, nah. I'm like, what the like at first I have like second like thoughts. I'm like, bro, maybe she's just being a hater right now.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, nah, she's being
Bigger
honest.
picture, yeah, she's being honest.
Yes, like she's seeing what I can't see. So that's
Yeah.
how I'm like, okay, like I let them do their own thing. Now I don't
Mhm.
even like, if I just trust her opinion, I'm like, cool.
And it's hard to find people like that. I think you only find people like that if you're actually doing what you love. Like I think one thing I've learned is like you chase after things you love and you pursue it. And then oftentimes people are looking for people to fit in the team. Or they're like, I need this person, I need that person. But in reality, if you pursue it, you'll realize that the people you need are already there.
That's so real. That's
Yeah.
true. I think that's true because I just started this shit. It's about to be a year. I kind of just had this idea where I was like,
W year?
yo, yeah, it's about to be.
Hell yeah.
It's been crazy. It's been insane.
Alright.
But yeah, I just had an idea and I texted to Stephanie. She's like, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, fuck, I don't know. Like, I have a lot of doubt in what I do. So I was like, I just need someone to like, I just needed that one push. And
Yeah.
she pushed me to it. And now we're here.
Hell yeah.
And yeah.
Building something amazing.
I hope so. I mean, I think so.
Yeah.
I think.
Everything starts somewhere, and you're at a great spot too. You're
Thank
doing
you
great
guys.
things.
Yeah. But I also feel like it's not just me. It's the people I'm like meeting
Mhm.
doing this. Because like, if you think about it, imagine like half the people I interviewed were shitty, I would have like
Yeah, you would have given up.
cut. I would.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even be here right now.
Yeah,
But nah, because yeah, I feel like because you were like what 15th guest.
yeah,
I was like halfway already. I feel like if let's say my third, fourth guest were like just really mean, shitty people, I would have been like, nah,
yeah. Just done. Yeah,
I'm done.
Yeah,
But no, yeah.
you gotta just do it because you love it, and yeah, you're doing that. So, good shit.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah.
But do you ever feel like, I mean, overwhelmed by the sense of like you love this, but then it starts to become like this feeling of something you have to do? I don't know if you ever like experienced that.
I think that happens when you're comparing your accomplishments or your goals to somebody else's accomplishments. That's just how it happens with me.
Right.
Too much. Like I said, like the moment I like look at what I'm doing and what I've made, with what I had, like the budget equipment that we've used, I'm like, why am I not going on tour?
That's so real.
Why am I not at this? Why do people not think it's funny when I mess with my crepe from Frostbite? It's like, like what am I doing? I have this idea in my head where like I think I am at the same spot as like a lot of the people I look at, and that's the times where I'm like, where it's hard for me to pursue this, and then that normally only lasts like 10 minutes. Like those trip outs were like 10-minute song.
Oh.
And then I snap into it. I'm like, yo, what the hell is wrong with me? Like, hey, chill out, man. Or luckily, like, I do have friends and, like, my brother, and I have family that will straight up. I say family because I have really close friends that have turned into, like, siblings and mother figures for me that will tell me, like, yo, like, chill out. Or, like, just do it because you love it. Don't do it for any other reason, and everything
Yeah.
else will follow.
That's true.
And I believe that. But, yeah. There are definitely times where I thought I was like, yo, what am I doing, man? It's hard.
Damn, so you snap out of it like really quick. 10 minutes is insanely quick. I can like go a whole week.
Oh, no, I can't do that.
Like I don't know why. I feel like I'm always just stuck in the same place.
Yeah.
And it like kind of bothers me because like I'll see people like they're just like doing it and they're like doing a lot of things.
Mhm.
And like their team is bigger and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Like, do I need more people on my team?
Yeah.
But then I'm like, I don't want more people on my team. Like, I'm good with my team.
Mhm.
And then I'll see like people who are like barely starting off and like I just see them getting like these huge opportunities. I'm like, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
So I kind of just like place myself in that like bubble of like, whoa,
Yeah.
in between like I'm not doing the right things, but I'm also like doing my own thing.
Yeah.
So it's just like being stuck in between that.
In the middle. Yeah, it's hard. It's a hard
Yeah.
limbo. But you gotta realize, yeah, everybody starts somewhere.
Yeah.
I remind myself that all the time. And then, like, when I do remind myself that, I think of the people, the friends that I have that, like, have tried to pursue this or have been pursuing it. And they're like, it took me this many years to get where you are. And that is also, like, it's not a comparison thing, but it's, like, also comforting because they'll tell me, like, you know, I didn't have management until 2 years in, or I didn't have, people weren't listening, like, I was putting out music for 2 years and I would get 100 streams on a song. And then, yeah, they'll tell me, like, you're 8 months in and whatever, so-and-so. And the competitive nature and the comparison that I have with other artists is what gets me to be like, but I'm not here. What the hell?
Right.
Like, this person isn't writing as complex as me, and they have this. But it's not about that. It's about the journey, and their journey was completely different from mine. And I think once you eliminate the comparison factor, things get a lot more enjoyable.
Yeah, that's true.
Where it's like, damn, I really do get to be on interviews like this, or I really get to work and meet cool artists, or I even get to be on stage. Like the event on the 16th, I like look at the RSVP form and I'm like, I didn't even think we'd have people come in, and now it's like we're gonna have like 100 people there, and I maxed it at 150, so I'm like, maybe it gets to 150, and it's like, that's insane.
Yeah, 150 people is a lot. Of
Like,
people.
time's valuable, and people spending time with you is really dope. So I don't know. You just got to keep grinding. We'll make it.
You got that,
Just got to
got
keep
that.
being appreciative for the journey
True.
and believe in it, and it'll happen.
What themes do you explore throughout the album, and are there personal stories, emotions, or experiences that shape the album's narrative?
Themes, typical. Like, I wrote it in terms of like love and heartbreak and loss and growth and setback. Like, those are the themes. I think I just I made very personal experiences in the most relatable way. I wrote them in mostly forms of like relationship stories. Because I feel like people translate love. Love is the easiest way to translate and relate to people. So I wrote personal stories in terms of like boyfriend, girlfriend. When in reality, some of the relationship stuff is like how I felt about my mom, or like how I felt alone after graduating and all my friends moved away. Like, I just wrote it in translatable ways because I don't think everybody has the same perspectives with their families and their friends, but a lot of people do have those love experiences and heartbreaks and stuff. So most of the themes are written in those terms.
Okay.
Yeah, the personal experiences, like I experienced with my family, and I don't come from a typical background family story. A lot of people don't. But I think like being an Asian kid, at least like the community I was from, a lot of my friends had families that I thought were very picture perfect. Even like parents being together to me was like, oh, like that's dope, that's cool. But I come from a background where like my parents had me very young. We were never settled. They weren't able to experience what they wanted to experience, so they ended up not working out and all these different things. And yeah, like I think my personal experiences are niche compared to like a lot of people that have better lives than I do, but there's also people that have worse lives than me. So a lot of those experiences that I had to write in a way that I thought people would relate to them, which is like easiest way to do is like write it in terms of like love,
Okay.
or a breakup.
Oh,
When in
okay,
reality,
okay.
it's like I wasn't writing about me breaking up with somebody. It was about things that happen with friends and family and stuff. But yeah.
Okay. I feel like I remember one song in particular off like when you sent it that really like I still remember it. I think it was Pretty Penny.
Mhm.
Dude, I love that song.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I that's like one of the songs I remember from what you sent.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It just like kind of stuck to me for some reason.
Yeah, that song is about that one is more of a relationship song, but it's more of like self-doubt and thinking like am I the right person for so and so? And like all the factors that get you to question if you are or not. Yeah, I'll let them listen to it. But thank you. No, that song's dope.
Is there a track that you feel holds the deepest personal meaning for you and what makes it stand out above the others?
Okay. So yeah, the track that like hands down is the most meaningful is DATT. The only song I went up there with written, and it's one of the only song that I knew that if I went up there I had to come back with that one done. It's dedicated to my uncle that like passed away, and I think I wanted to have a song out on Spotify or whatever. I wanted people to hear my appreciation for him in the easiest form of like on like I wasn't gonna do it on Instagram. Like I'm not gonna go and post a picture of him and be like, yo, shout out to my uncle. Like that's not me. But I think I did
Yeah.
want to tell part of his story in something that meant a lot to me, which was this music and this project. And I think this song is the most meaningful because not only is it like a remembrance to him, but I think it's kind of a call to anybody that's going through like addiction stuff and making bad decisions in relationships. Like, there's a lot of people out there, like whoever's watching this, man, if you're in a bad relationship or you're mistreating somebody in a relationship because of things you're going through, like just don't. It's not worth it. But yeah, that song is like my call and my opportunity to tell people that there are other ways to fulfill your needs than being in a bad relationship or drugs or substance abuse and all this stuff. There's other ways around it. But yeah, that's the most meaningful song to me in there.
And I know you said that you felt like you needed to get this one done. I don't know. I feel like grieving a person is, I want to say weird, but it kind of is because I feel like there's this so much into grieving. Like you can miss the person one day and the next day be like, oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
But then there comes like all these emotions because like that person is no longer with you.
Mm-hmm.
When writing that, did you kind of get back? I don't want to say all the memories, but like, how is that mindset of yours like when you were writing that?
It brought a lot of things back. I think the reason I wrote it was at the time when my uncle passed away, I didn't really have time to process it because like my parents were actually like peak divorce. So it was like me and my siblings were more focused on other things. So it was sad when he passed away, but I was kind of just like, well, there's other issues going on right now. I was just waiting for my dad to come home. And then at the time that I finally got to kind of process it, I was living at my dad's. And my dad's the type of guy, like he's very much there for me and my siblings and he cares for us, but he never talks about how he feels. But I was seeing him cope with his brother passing away. And that was different because I've never seen my dad, anyone that knows, is like a pretty tough guy. And he has a crazy backstory too, but I've never seen that type of grieving and weakness from him, which isn't a bad thing. Weakness isn't a bad thing at all.
True.
But I've never seen that side of him, so it made me not want to talk about it because I didn't want to make him feel worse than he already was.
Okay.
Which is the wrong way too, because I think if I would have talked to him about it earlier, it would have done a lot of good for both of us.
Right.
But the time I thought about this song was I moved out of my dad's house for a little bit, and that's when I was completely by myself. And I was like, that's when everything that happened in the past couple of years went through my mind, and that was one of the biggest things. And I was like, damn, like, I gotta deal with how this feels now. And that made it very easy for me to write the song, because that was the first time in like 4 years that I was like by myself. I didn't have anyone else reminding me of what happened other than me. So I knew it was something I cared about. It wasn't like, oh, my dad's dealing with it, so now, oh, damn, like I feel bad because he feels bad. It was more like I'm by myself and I'm thinking about this, so obviously I care.
Okay.
So like, let me write about it. So yeah, of course it brought like sad feelings, but then after I got the song done, after I made it, it was very healing, because I think I got to pay my respects to his life when I was ready. Because before I was too distracted on other things to really be focused on what happened with him.
Okay.
But yeah. I don't know. Does that answer the question?
Yeah, I think it did.
Okay.
That was nice. Okay.
Hey guys, we're gonna go ahead and cut the video here. You guys made it through the first half. Sorry, we're yapping a lot, but having a good time explaining some of the album and the project for you guys. So yeah.
Yeah, guys, aren't you? I mean, literally wrap this one.
Yeah. But yeah, everything was left on the project. Damn, I hope someone's okay outside.
Dude, this is so funny because the last interview, the same thing happened. Every time you wanted to talk or like finish your sentence, you would just hear the fucking sirens. Or throughout the album are. Nah, you see, that's why I knew it. I knew that she was coming. That's why I was like, guys, hey. No, but yeah.
Damn, they're racing.
No, dude, this happens all the time. I feel like no, the other studio is never this bad. Like it'll happen.
Yeah,
like,
I don't remember hearing it.
Yeah.
Like I heard it like once last time.
No,
At the,
dude, you got lucky.
The
Yeah.
original studio, right?
Yeah. I missed that studio. I'm back next 2 weeks.
Fire.